The fake news media in the US has gone into spin overdrive to cover for President Joe Biden, who is clearly caught on camera checking his watch during a ceremony for the 13 soldiers who were killed because of his botched Afghanistan exit. USA Today attempted to do a fact check on this indisputable fact and came to the conclusion that it was false, because from their perspective, the ceremony had ended by the time Biden checked his watch. Let's play the video so we can see for ourselves and make up our own mind. James, from my perspective, the ceremony is still very much ongoing, as is everyone else in the shot. They're standing still and they're paying their respects to the fallen. And even if the ceremony had technically officially ended at that point, how on earth is that petty semantic comfort to the families of those soldiers?
Well, look, Jack, we caught Joe Biden out on a moment here where he was clearly being disrespectful. I guess he had someplace better to be. You know, it's amazing to see Joe Biden even checking his watch, given how late he is for some of his speeches and news conferences these days. He was 5 hours late the other day to one of them, but, you know, who knows? Normally you would say, well, he'd be forgiven for making a nervous little tick or something like that, looking at his watch. But could you imagine if Donald Trump had done the same thing when
Yes.
the caskets of fallen soldiers, fallen Marines, fallen servicemen were being brought home after a military disaster entirely initiated from his office? We would never hear the end of it. That's the disgrace of so much of the American media right now, is that they are just doing everything they can to keep propping up this weekend at Bernie's president and excuse him for every failure, from the minor, such as just looking at his watch, to the absolute major dereliction of what's going on in Afghanistan.
And Sophie, when I was first starting to see the coverage from CNN and the New York Times, I was thinking, have we turned a corner? They're starting to be critical of Joe Biden. And then you start to see issues where he's clearly checking his watch and he's being fact-checked. This story is being fact-checked and they're trying to spread misinformation that this story is somewhat false. We're back to where we started, aren't we?
Jack, let's be honest here. There is a protection racket by the American media for President Biden. A lot of them know he's not up to the job. He's got a lot of failings. And look, I think he was actually probably checking his watch because he'd needed an afternoon nap. Let's be honest, Sleepy Joe, he's not up to this job. Over in the media, they continue to protect him. They continue to make excuses for him. And what we've seen, his shortcomings in recent weeks with what's gone on in Afghanistan has been shocking to watch. I thought the media had picked up their game, but not so lucky, Jack. And I think we'll see more of this protection racket for him continue because he's not up to this job.
Yeah, that news cycle, it ended a lot quicker than it would have if Trump was in command, I imagine.